Now, I know we are all looking forward to a nice, quiet, peaceful hurricane season. But let's be realistic. The cold, hard truth about it is, it's not about if the power goes out when we have major storms like that. It's when the power goes out when we have major storms like that. And if you are not prepared when the lights go out, it can not just be inconvenient, but it could end up being very dangerous. So today I'm going to just cut through the chase. We're going to get right down to it. I've got 10 items that are absolutely necessary when your power goes out. So if at all possible, you want to get your hands on these items before 2025 hurricane season kicks in gear. You know, we've all seen the images. Some of us have even been in the midst of the storm. You've heard the stories, the horror stories of extended power outages, not just for hours sometimes, not just for days sometimes, but for weeks. Everything then becomes in limited access. And a lot of us have to face that reality when it hits. So let's talk about what we need to have on hand, not just to survive, but to be comfortable and stay as safe as possible when the lights go out for days or even longer. You're going to need water. No matter how much or how little of food you have, you can absolutely go for quite a long time without food, but you cannot go a long time without water. Water is by far the most crucial thing you need. If you need to sit in the dark for days by yourself on a stool, if you've got water, when light comes about again, you'll be okay. You have to have a source of water. Now, we need a source of water to drink. We also need a source of water to clean ourselves, maybe sanitize something. If we get a cut or a sore or something, we need to be able to clean it. Water is crucial. And it's estimated that for each individual, you need 1 gallon per day, okay? So if at all possible, make sure you have that 1 gallon per person. But if you can have 2 gallons per person, that's even better because you never know what's going to come up. Okay, if that accident happens and you have to use more water than you anticipated or anything else arises, you will be sure to have enough water. Good investments are filtered water straws, the straws that will filter water. Any type of filtration system that you can get, that you can afford, is good to have on hand because you never know where your source of water may need to come from. Think gravity filters, pump filters, even just the purification tablets. And do not rely on any stores to have any bottled water. So if you can, stock up now. Weather radios, battery powered, solar powered, but most important, something that is hand crank. You need to have a radio, weather radio, so that you can stay alert. And if you can hand crank it, you don't have to worry about batteries or any other type of power source. The thing about it is cell towers go down when the power goes out. So you may be limited with what you can do with your cell phone. The internet goes out. And besides that, your local news may not be broadcasting either. Weather radios are a direct line to emergency broadcast. So definitely you need a weather radio. They'll give you crucial updates, the progression of a storm if it's headed in your direction, tells you evacuation orders and recovery information. Now you want to make sure that your hand cranked radio has a NOAA, N like Nancy, O like ocean, A like apple, A like apple, NOAA alert. That NOAA stands for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It is a scientific and regulatory agency, and its mission is to actually understand and predict changes in climate, weather, oceans, and coasts, as well as manage and conserve coastal and marine ecosystems. So make sure it has NOAA. You want a portable power bank, one that is both battery operated, AC adaptability, as well as solar, plug it into the wall or put some batteries in it, okay? To be able, and you want to have multiple ports on it as well for charging multiple devices at one time. I mean, our cell phones are amazing devices, but the truth of the matter is they're no good without a charge. So you need to keep them charged. You need to make sure your power bank has solar function so that on a sunny day, you can keep it topped off with energy. And this is a small handheld one that I have right here. But you also want power banks that you can plug your refrigerator into, a fan into, things like that to keep your lifeline going. You have medicine in your refrigerator, you need to keep it going. But just your food in general with a power bank, it'll keep it going. Even if it's out for days and you have one power bank, you say, well, it's going to need charging. Yes, it is going to need charging. But if you've kept that refrigerator ice cold, you can take that and charge it however you need to charge it. And your food will be fine as long as you don't go in and out that refrigerator. But it's crucial that you have something portable as well in case you need to evacuate. Okay. And I always like to keep one of these little clips on mine because that way I can attach it to my backpack or whatever. Again, hands free if I need to be. We all know about flashlights. Flashlights are great, but you got to hold them in your hand. Okay. And you better make sure you have a ton of batteries. All right. Because if your batteries go dead, flashlight, headlights, none of that's going to work. Okay. It's good to have a variety. You always need a headlight or one that maybe goes around your neck or something so that you can stay hands free. And you need light. Lanterns are fine, but they may be dangerous. Okay. If you have little ones in your house, make sure they have something that they can hold on to and use. It's nothing like being in the dark. Okay. There's lots of ways to illuminate your home when the lights go out. Different types and size flashlights are good as well because candles are great and lamps are good too. But candles can be a fire hazard and lamps can be dangerous. Okay. So when you talk about safety, your flashlights are your best bet. Make sure you have batteries. Don't underestimate batteries and battery sizes. Don't think, well, you have one that just takes D batteries. That's all you need. Get every type of battery there is and make sure you stock up on them. Okay. Because sure enough, something you'll find, a device or something is needed that has a battery that you are not used to having. All right. So make sure you stock up on multiple batteries and multiple size batteries. Emergencies like hurricanes, sometimes our emergency services are so tied up with really serious emergencies. Not to say that if you get hurt, it's not an emergency, but having a really good emergency kit can help save you when the emergency people can't even get to you. So make sure you have an extensive emergency kit that has everything in it. Along with that emergency kit, make sure you have all of your meds. Also stock up on alcohol and alcohol wipes, pain relievers, gauze, medical tape, things like tweezers you may not think of when it comes to an emergency kit, but if you get a splinter, you'll need a tweezer to get it out. Make sure you have extra prescription of anything that you must take on a daily basis. Make sure you also are meeting the needs with this emergency kit of your family members. If you have kids, think about that. Make sure you have a thermometer on hand. Some of the things I'm naming don't necessarily come in an emergency kit, so make sure you have those on hand. Make sure you are prepared with the type of ice packs that you break and they become cold and they work. And this isn't just a emergency kit like a Band-Aid kit. Think about if you get a sprain, a cut, a burn. Anything like that, something gets in your eyes. Also, emergency kits that I know of don't come with masks. Make sure you have masks on hand. You don't know what pollutants will be in the air, and you want to make sure you can protect yourself from that. Non-perishable food. Now, it can be perishable, but make sure that each year you're checking your expiration date so that you can always have some that's not perishable for some time. Canned goods can be bulky and heavy, especially if you need to bug out. And so therefore, these little pouches are wonderful. Not only are they simple and easy, you really don't need anything. These are already seasoned. They're high in protein. They have like 14 grams of protein. They're thin, they're lightweight, okay? And one pouch is considered a serving. Okay, so have something like this on hand. These pouches so much food comes in these type of pouches now. So instead of stocking up on canned goods, try these pouches out because you can put them in your backpack if you need to bug out. They're handy, and you don't need anything. Necessary, you can open this pouch and eat it with your hands. I mean, if push comes to shove, we're just saying, being real here. All right. You don't need the crackers and the bread and anything to have something, and it doesn't need to be cooked in any form or fashion. Think protein bars, dried fruits, nuts, honey. These are things that will give you a certain amount of calories and get that protein in you. You're going into survival mode. Don't think about that you need all this food to eat, because trust me, and if emergency arises and you find yourself, you're not going to eat in the same manner that you eat every day. We're not going to worry about having a 3-course meal, a side, a veggie, and a protein. No, you just want whatever. Chances are you'll also be in a situation where as you're not hungry because of the stress levels that may come about, and you will just won't eat the amount nor the type of food that you're accustomed to eating. But make sure when you do choose the foods, whatever foods you choose, it's foods your family will eat, especially little ones. As adults, sometimes we suck it up and say, you know what, I don't like that, but I need to eat. I need the calories and the protein in my body in order to keep moving forward. But kids sometimes just can't. They can't do that. So make sure you have something that your family will eat. Also, it can help alleviate a lot of stress, because if you have something you like, whether it's a snack or whatever, some type of nuts that you like, and you get to snack on that, even in the case of emergency, it can reduce your stress levels because it's something you're accustomed to. Okay? So keep those things in mind when you're selecting the food for your family. And you all might say, we know that. You need manual can openers. But the thing about it is you need, for sure, more than one, because these things are notorious for breaking. All right? Okay, but can openers, if you have cans, and maybe you may not have a lot of cans, so, well, I don't need a can opener because I don't have cans. But if you are out of power for a certain amount of time, you may be gifted, or someone may come in and they're dropping food boxes and they have canned goods in them. Make sure you have a couple of good manual can openers. Along with your can openers, make sure you have some reusable plates. When I say reusable plates, these plates right here in these bowls are reusable. Yes, they are plastic. They are heavy duty plastic, okay? You may not can wash it the way you would want to wash a dish, but you can take a damp paper towel, a damp towel, or anything and wipe it out. You can reuse it. And if you mark them, write a name on the bottom of them, and the same person is using it, then you're not cross-contaminating or anything, because it's your plate or it's their plate. So be sure, take something, write the names on the bottom of them if you need to, but make sure you have reusable plates and utensils. So it's not unheard of for your plumbing to go out in hurricanes and emergency situations. So make sure you have a portable toilet. If it's just a bucket with a pool noodle cut and put around the rim for comfort, okay? You would be amazed at how people forget about simply needing tissue or something like that. Have plenty of plastic bags to line the bucket with, okay? So you can pick it up, tie it, and it can be discarded wherever it can be discarded at, okay? You don't have to just let it pile up or anything of that nature. People overlook that all the time, needing to use the bathroom in a case of an emergency, because, well, that's not the first thing on our minds. 5-gallon bucket, heavy duty garbage bags, kitty litter or sawdust for odor control, and wet wipes to be sanitary. Plenty of hand sanitizer on hand. You'll need that for eating, just for touching things or whatever. Plenty of hand sanitizers, and plenty of rubber gloves. And if you need it, don't forget feminine hygiene products, as well as diapers if you need them. These are the things you need to be stockpiling right now, okay, that people don't think about. Because if you think the store shelves may be empty now, let a hurricane ride in, and it's coming. They come every year. And I cannot stress this one enough. And this is not necessarily in hurricane season. This is always. You need to have cash in small bills. Yes, cash. So many people are cashless. Stores are trying to go cashless. But when you go to the stores and there's no power, or say the power just came back on, their systems may not be up. In the meantime, you can't purchase anything. The ATM's not going to work when the system is down, when the power is out. You might just need to barter with a neighbor. You need to have cash, and you need to have small bills, because you may not can get change. So I know we don't like to carry a lot of ones, because ones can be bulky. But the best thing you can do is save as many ones as you can get your hands on, because you don't need change, but you can use it, and it's cash. Having just a little cash on hand can be the difference in getting necessary supplies or being completely stuck. And document bags. They come in all sizes. This particular one, well, both of them are waterproof and fireproof. They can hold a number of things. You can put anything you want in a document bag as long as it'll fit. Anything, okay? But make sure you have a copy of all your important documents in a document bag. It's easy to carry. It's easy to grab and go. If you need to, you can have 2 or 3 of these, all right? But things, your birth certificates, copies of your driver's license, copies of what most people don't think about. Just something as simple as your email addresses and passwords, okay? If you are a content creator, you need to have your login information written down, especially if you have more than one channel or you on more than one platform. You may not be able to remember all that. They have all these passcodes. Write those passcodes down. Put them in your document bag. Do not rely on your memory. I don't care how well your memory is, how young you are, or what you may or may not know. Not rely on your memory. It is too easy to forget if you get nervous, upset, flustered, stressed, or whatever. Okay? Write it down. Put it in a fireproof and waterproof document. Okay? This will hold 8 by 10. If you need to fold it. All right? But this is something that you need hurricane season or not. Along with a document bag, consider using external drives, USB plugs. These are small. You can tuck them away. You can take everything you have, make a photocopy of it, take a picture of it, and you can put this in your document bag. Okay? And you can also put one place and another place. Or you have your document bag. You can have this in another bag or somewhere else secure. It never hurts to have multiple copies of your documents on you at all times, okay? It's always good to have a paper form of everything in case you cannot access the internet. You'll need at least a computer, if not the internet service, to look at your documents from a USB plug. So if there's no power, you're going to have to charge that device if necessary. But when you do get to a spot or a place where you can look at them and need them, you have them. There you have it. Those are my 10 essential things that will make a massive difference when hurricane season 2025 strikes. It's inevitable. It brings power outages, okay? So it just is a matter of where is it going to hit and how bad is it going to hit? That's the real question. And this isn't about fear-mongering or, ooh, scary. This is about just being prepared. Because most of the things I named, you should have anyway when nothing's going on, in case something does go on, whatever that might be. All right? So it's not a thing about being, I'm worried now. No, don't get worried. Just get prepared. Take control of the situation before the situation happens. Don't wait until the storm is out there and you're watching it to say, I got to run and do this. And you don't have time at that point. So while there's nothing going on, we're ahead of the game right now. Take note and get ready. Now tell me, what are your must-have hurricane prep items? These are mine. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, take a second and subscribe for more essential preparedness tips. Be sure to watch the video on the screen and share this one out with your neighbors, friends, and family so they can be prepared too. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 500,000 subscribers. I'm Pam, and this is my POV.